Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel for war number 9 of season 52. Today we have a matchup against Nefty, who is currently ranked number 1. They are undefeated this season and playing exceptionally well. Quick war for you today, only 4 fights, Ironheart, Viv Vision, and we have a couple of pre-fights to dole out for some alliance mates. Starting off today on path number 1, we have a Spider Ham here on node number 1 that we're just going to be taking with Ironheart. Nothing really happening with the nodes here. This is basically just use your special one as soon as he gets it, and don't let him build up any of that spider nonsense, because if he gets that and then he evades, you're going to have a really tough time. And then the debuffs plus the tactic are going to handle all of the regen from personal space, and beyond that, you know, Piggy's health pool is pretty low. So again, really, the evade here is the only danger. Again, you can safely parry him as long as he has zero nonsense, and he won't be able to place a popper on you. That was something that I had to double check before I went into this fight. And we are ending up healing a bit from the taunt, which is great. Won't have to heal up any chip damage with a potion before we move on to our next fight with Ironheart. And as you can see, just doing straight mediums, we've got nearly 30 incinerates on him. He is just melting away, and then one more combo, and the incinerates finish him off. Very, very clean fight. Alright, moving on, we have a Havok on node 10. We're going to be using Viv for this fight. I took the same fight earlier in the season, and it was nearly disastrous. If you recall, I missed a couple times because I was not properly managing my heal blocks and his power gain, and then I ended up pushing him red, and it was only like a YOLO special one at the last possible second that killed him and saved me from probably giving up a death. So this fight is much, much cleaner. I'm keeping a careful eye on both my heal blocks from myself and from the tactic, and if the heal blocks drop off like they do there, I'm just kind of backing off and waiting for the power gain to end rather than risk hitting into him and triggering a miss. That's really the worst possible thing that can happen in this fight. Just a reminder, Havok's energy resistance is really, really high, so with Viv, against really any fight against Havok, you really want to start with the special 3 if at all possible, and that's going to give her that Fury buff, which is going to obviously increase her damage output for the rest of the fight, but specifically, you want the energy damage from her special 1 spam to be increased. The energy vulns go a long way towards mitigating some of his resistance, but the Fury just really helps it that much more. So we fired off the special 3. We're still taking no damage here. I think we do take 1 blocked hit later in the fight, but other than that, it's pretty much as close to a clean Viv fight as you can get with her. Just being very careful with the phase. We got the heal block up. The power gain is active. We are safe to hit into him. And then I think we want to push him to the special 2 here, bait this out, and then we can fire off our special 2. We have 5 of the dormant energy vulns ready to go for whenever we have our special 1 ready. We nail all 5 of the prompts as usual for some nice burst damage here. That's where I mistimed the parry, took a single blocked hit. Now we're going to bait out this special 1 and then start our special 1 spam. And you can see like the damage is still pretty decent despite all of his energy resistance, and 2 special 1s finishes the fight. Really, really pleased with how that one ended up. Alright, moving on to section 2, we have a Dragon Man here on node 22. This is path 4. This can be a little bit of a trap fight if you aren't paying attention. So normally when you fight Dragon Man, your inclination is to block that special 1, especially if he has that power charge, which is going to put that ineptitude debuff on you, and then you can get some free willpower healing. However, if you do that in this fight, that debuff plus the debuffs from Special Burst Lockdown are actually going to cause his special 1 to be unblockable. So if you do take that hit on the block, it's going to break your block, and you're gonna get nailed by him. So yeah, the good thing here is that once we have tracking up, we actually disable his ability to place that debuff on us through our block. So just one of Ironheart's many pieces of utility. I actually think I called that out in my Ironheart utility video. Couldn't really think at the time of a use for it against Dragon Man, but here we go, right? So yeah, you can safely block his special 1. He won't go unblockable, and this is a really, really easy fight for her. Alright, last but not least, our old friend Dust on node 31. I think I've taken this fight probably 4 or 5 times this season. And I think by now, I've kind of like perfected the method for it, right? You start off with a Dex, you have your APB running, you sidestep into the special 1, and then you Dex again. That's going to leave you with 6 Incinerates and the tracking up, and from here, you can safely block. She can't sand you through your block. You can also parry her, even her light attacks. And then from here, you basically just want to do parry, medium, medium. You can dex whatever special you want. You can even take the special one on the block if you want. It's completely safe as long as tracking is active. And you can see just how easy Ironheart makes this fight. Just parry, medium, medium, build up to a nice big special 2 with 20 incinerates. No crits on that special 2, of course. Can safely take this special 2 on the block and dex out of it. Strike her into another combo, and she's pretty much done for. Just an incredibly safe fight, and since this was the last fight with Ironheart, I didn't really care if I took a power sting either. So we did not end up winning this war. Big shout out to Nefty, especially my guy TJ, who is over there for the season. They are playing, like I said early in the video, exceptionally well this season. This war came down to the last couple of fights. I think we were down 5-3, and then they had a disconnect, which is super unfortunate for them. So that made it like 5-4 with only a handful of fights left. And actually, I think it was TJ who just left us this past season and joined Nefty, who ended up finishing off their last few fights and kind of sealing the deal for them. So massive amounts of respect to TJ and everybody over there in Nefty. 4 kills for me, 0 deaths. Our record on the season has fallen to 6-3. 3 wars left in the season. 7 wins in the past has gotten us into the top 10, but like barely. And our attack bonuses this season are really, really good. I think we are top 5 in the game in AB. So there's a good chance that 7 wins gives us top 10, but 8 wins will absolutely lock it in. So that is what we are going to aim for. Tune in to see how we do in the last 3 wars of the season. If you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button. And as always, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.